Okay, this lesson is about the Maasai people. They live in most all of Kenya, and then also in the northern part of uh, Tanzania. You can do some research on them if you're interested, or you probably know more about them than I might, but they're known for very colorful clothes. They have ornate jewelry, and if you want, you can have, prepared some images or something, kind of depending on whether your school has audiovisual equipment, so that you can show your students some of the types of fabric they wear. Maasai people are known for being very tall and thin. They are known for, they eat mostly meat, and I believe it's rice and blood. Interesting. So you might want to look into that a little bit more to see where that tradition comes from. They're very healthy people as a result of their diet. So, okay, I'm going to draw in Sharpie because you won't be able to see it if I don't. So this project is all about composition, getting balance in a composition, as well as proportions. Okay, so have your students do a center figure here, and we're going to start off. You can either ask them to draw an oval, or you can ask them to draw a circle, and then they can add a little chin to it if they want. And then we're going to have a neck. Okay. All right, so then we're going to do 3 is kind of the magic number in terms of achieving a sense of balance in your composition. And so we're going to do one that is a little shorter. And then we don't want the heads to all be on the same plane. So we're going to do one that's even. We'll make this a kid, and we'll make it even shorter. So we have kind of a rhythm going here with the heads. Okay? Next on each one. And then we're going to, now the downsides of using this marker is that I'm not going to be able to erase some of my lines, but you'll get the idea. So we're going to do straight across lines for their shoulders. Okay. And let's work on the center figure first. These are going to be women that are carrying baskets of food or vegetables, flowers, whatever it is that they need to transport. So we're going to just do a long body, and then a curved bottom line. Okay, one of the ways that they can get a sense of roundness is to use curved lines. So suggest to the students that they do that. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. Now when they are starting out with the circles, make sure that you tell them to leave plenty of room at the top for the basket on top of their head. But you also want them to start thinking about, filling up the page with their composition, not drawing small. All right. So we've got, again, different size bodies. Okay, so now we're going to kind of figure out the arm situation here, because we don't want them to be overlapping each other. So we're going to do one of the arm, and have them think about where their arm comes to in their body. I might even have this just a little bit too short. Okay, so it should come down to the thighs. Again, this getting them a sense of proportion. All right, and then we're going to do another arm up here holding the basket. And then we'll do the same sort of thing here, holding the basket. And another one here. Holding the basket. Okay, so we'll give their arms some width there, keeping this simple. We're not sure how much experience these students have had with drawing figures. So we're going to go with simple hands and simple arms. And we'll do the hands that are on the basket after we draw the baskets. Okay, but before we do that, we're going to do the feet, and you can have them, we're going to keep these simple too. You can have them at different angles. And so when I put, so it's kind of like she's stepping out just a little bit with one of her feet. And so when I made it so she's got one foot kind of up like that, again just to give some variation or some, you know, more visual interest. Okay, so we're going to do the baskets, and you want them to be sitting on top of the head. And these lower ones you're going to be able to see in a little bit. So we're going to do this sort of shape. And now we can put a hand there. Okay. So we'll do both of these. You can put different lips on them. We're going to show the students kind of the basic composition, and then they can definitely put their own design on it in terms of the kind of basket, the clothing, that kind of thing. So again, encourage curved lines. Now on this top one, we're going to be, this figure is much taller, so we're going to have it sitting on her head, but we're not going to be able to see inside the basket at all. So we're going to give it like this kind of curve. Okay. So then they can decorate with some jewelry if they want. One of the common kinds of ornamentation is, it's kind of like a collar over the shoulder area. They can do different designs within these, like little V shapes. Okay. Again, this don't look too great on my part because of the, you can have them do some sort of like medallion or something in the center. Anyway, I can't erase lines, so they don't look great. Okay. And then you want to do some curved lines on the basket to give it bulk. And these can be just sort of hints of texture. And then you can, they can put whatever they want to in here in terms of what is in the basket. They can do other texture if they want to for these baskets. I'm going to do another little braided sort of lip here. And then you can have something on top of that. You can just make these could be kind of nondescript and just another opportunity to add color. Now, as I said, their dresses, their clothing, very colorful and lots of beautiful designs, so you can definitely have the students designing their own cloth and using bright, bold colors. Now this project, you can have them watercolor. I know one of the schools wanted a watercolor project. You could do oil pastels, you could do crayons, whatever is available and you think the students would be interested in. This is, again, a place to use curved lines. There you go. And even if they're just horizontal stripes, make sure you curve them. And then you can do some different patterns around the bottom of the skirt if you want. Just to make them fancier. Okay, so in terms of applying color, have them trace their lines with black Sharpie, and then you can use multicultural crayons to do the color of the skin. Maasai people have fairly dark skin, and then you can have them watercolor, as I said, or use oil pastels or crayons, whatever they want to. We're not going to put features. These are going to be just all colored in one color here. And so they don't have to worry about drawing eyes or, nose, mouth, that sort of thing. So we want this to be a simple kind of composition, but colorful. So and stress the idea of getting balance in the composition and making sure that they have the right proportion to the human body. Okay, hope they have fun with it. Can't wait to see pictures.